On the right hand side, we have the discussion tab. This is where traders and analysts can post their ideas within the space. So you can see here, Liam has posted about euro, US dollar. If we look here, we can see Peggy, who's one of the trader and analysts within the VIP trading room, has posted something as well. So what we can do is click onto Peggy's idea here. So Peggy has talked about the euro US dollar looking for a bearish reversal. And you can notice that in the preference area, Peggy has talked about some information. And in that information, you can see that some text is highlighted. This is a real cool feature about the VIP trading room. We can actually understand what Peggy is talking about because she's highlighted the specific points to us. So if I go over support level here, for instance, you can see how it highlights on the chart. If I take that away and then go back, you can see how it continues to highlight when I hover over that piece of text. This is really important, especially for the traders and analysts within the community, so that we can get our point across to you more effectively. But what's really cool about this is that you can do this too, and you can do it in multiple different ways. One of the ways you can do it is by just sending a message here to Peggy's here. You could just say, hey, and if you want to tag Peggy, you just hit type in Peggy. Okay. Hi, Peggy. I like this analysis. Do you think that the US dollar will strengthen? Okay, so you can ask questions. You can also do other things as well and say, let's say you want to add a little piece of analysis yourself to the chart. Let's add a little piece in here, right? So we're on the 4-hour chart here. We like the idea of maybe price coming down to this area. Let's just add a rectangle to the chart and just say there's this kind of consolidation zone that price might get stuck at in here. I can say, let me just make sure that's spelled correctly. I can say, do you think this support zone is of interest? Right now, what we can do is we can highlight support zone here, link object to text, click onto that. Right, so if I hover over that rectangle, you can see that it highlights within the chart there. Okay, so all I need to do is click confirm and we can send that message to Peggy. So that's one way how we can use the link object to text to get our point across, to get our question asked to a trader and analyst within the community. And that's really simple to do. The other thing we can do is create our own sort of analysis as well. So let's say we want to create our own analysis on euro US dollar. Let's say we're looking at, let's go to an hourly chart, and let's say that price is obviously rallied after news. Okay, we can see that price is kind of stalling in and around this area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a rectangle here, and I'm going to apply a rectangle at these lows through there, and I'm going to apply a rectangle down through here. Okay, so my analysis is going to be really simple on euro US dollar. The way I look at the market is I can see that there's obviously a huge sort of move through there. So that's going to be a low volume point. What I'm going to discuss is if price can break through that area, can it then continue down to the next level of support? So I'm just going to go and grab an arrow here. So we're going to go over to horizontal array, grab the arrow tool. And what I'm going to do is do a little couple of arrows like this in line with this analysis and say that if price was to breach this level of resistance, then it could continue to trade lower. And I'm just going to add some alternative scenarios on here as well. If we breach this high to the upside, then it's likely that we're going to see a continuation higher. Okay, so all we can do now is go to create analysis, right? So when the create analysis tab comes up, you've got different options ahead of you. You can choose if you want to be bullish or bearish on the market, and then we can choose some other things. So the first thing I'm going to put is that I am bearish on euro US dollar. Okay, the reason why I'm bearish is because if price was to trade through this low in particular, then I want to be looking for shorts down to this level of support. Okay, so you can see here it says entry point. Now entry points work as support and not support and resistance, sorry. Entry points work as entry points here. You can see it used to be called a pivot point. That has changed, but I'll show you that in a second. So I want to be entering below current price. Okay, you can see that you then get this diagram here and it says pivot. The pivot is the entry. Okay, so just to kind of quickly explain that, because I'm looking for price to move down, and I'm looking for the entry to be below current price. That is a sell stop order if I'm bearish. Okay, if I was looking for an entry above current price, okay, you can see another little diagram appears here. That's like a sell limit order within the market, and then you've got current levels, so you want to be short now, looking for a move to the downside. Okay, so I want to be below current price because I'm looking to get short below this area here. You can then choose an expiry for this, so good until cancelled or 24 hours. If we click onto a pivot point, you can see it comes on the screen now. And what you'll notice is I can't go above price because I've selected below current price. Okay, so I'm going to stick a pivot point here. Now, the first resistance in this case, again, you can't take it past that pivot point now, is your stop loss. Okay, so I'm going to put it above this resistance high here, and then I'm going to look for first support down in and around that point. Okay, so basically I'm saying that I want to be short below that low there. I want to be stop loss above those highs, and I want to be targeting my first support down at this level in here. Okay, so I can then write some text about that. I can say euro US dollar to trade lower if we breach support. Okay, so then I can just type a little bit of text in here. Euro US dollar could trade lower after big data yesterday. There was lots of data going on yesterday. We've also got an ECB decision coming up today. ECB decision today, so trading will be tricky. And then I can just put, however, if price breaches the support, we could expect price to trade to the highs before the data yesterday. Okay, now that sounds very vague, right? It sounds very vague in what I've said there, but this is why you want to use the link object to text. Okay, so we can say if price breaches the support, you're thinking, well, where's the support level? I can just highlight that, link object to text, click on that box there, click confirm. We could expect price to trade to the highs before the data yesterday. Highs before the data yesterday, it was down here at that first support point. Okay, we can then add an alternative scenario and say if the price breaks the current swing highs, then this idea is invalidated. Okay, and we can just say that current swing highs, I can just highlight, link object to text, click that zone there, click confirm. So whenever somebody comes to my analysis now, they can hover over the support. They know this is the support I'm talking about. Highs before the data yesterday is down here, and the current swing highs are here. Okay, I can click save, and it's going to post my analysis. Now, anybody can come and comment on that. Anybody can give some feedback on that. They can just come and click view analysis. They can type some questions, react to it, add a GIF if they really want to, and all of the above. They can do that in that little section there. And there's lots to choose from. You can see we've got cable in here. You can flick over to the cable chart. You can see people talking about cable in there. We've got the Aussie US dollar as well. So if you're flicking over to Aussie, maybe you like the idea of trading the Australian dollar versus the US dollar, you can do that in this section here. We have commodities as well. So if you're a gold trader, you can head over to gold and do the exact same thing. Now, once you've done that and people provide feedback, you're going to get notifications. To go and see those notifications here, what you can do is go up to the top. It says notifications. There's a little bell icon here. You can see that there's 15 in the channel activity. Now, that channel activity is all the traders posting within the community. Okay, so let's say you wanted to go and take a look at Emily's analysis here on Aussie yen. You can click onto Emily's analysis. It'll go over to Aussie yen, and you can see that there is Emily's analysis here, and we can go click view analysis and have a little look at that information that Emily has put within that area. You can see all the highlighted text. You can hover over those and see exactly what Emily is talking about within her analysis. Going back up to the notifications tab, you've got a My Activity tab. That's where anybody can comment back to you, and you can then, comment back and speak to the people that have spoken to you within the community there. There will be a feature soon to filter the notifications, I believe, so you can obviously just get the important ones that you want to do. If you do want to take any kind of consideration of your notifications in terms of turning off some of the notifications, all you need to do is head over to your profile area. Your profile is in the top right hand corner, and you can see this is my profile here. You've got your username, your display name you can change if you really want to as well. But I'm going to come down to the notifications here. You can see it says push notifications, and you can turn off these as you will. One thing that I suggest that you keep on is the daily digest. The daily digest basically sends you an email 8 a.m. your local time of what you've missed out on in terms of analysis. So let's say you've got up in the morning, you're having your morning coffee or whatever. You can have a little flick onto your emails at 8 a.m. and see that there is some analysis that has been posted potentially overnight for you.